Yeah. Song 8 is Everything Must Go. Again, we've talked about this song a lot on the first podcast we did about it, but I don't know if we'll ever have time, but I feel like there's a different version of this song that we could not even necessarily record again, but put out like a pared down version. So I don't want to make any promises, but if we had time, that would be cool to work on that, because something in the recording of this song, the way it is on the album, is cool, but I think a lot of people seem to miss the song because they're hearing perhaps too much instrumentation, or it's very...
It's the treatment.
It's frantic, which works. I think it's fine, but there's the verses and the choruses don't necessarily come across as well as
the way
they
we
could.
did it live a couple times on tour is the way we should just put another version of it out, because it sells the song, the verse and the bridge and the chorus, and then the groove and all the energy can come in, but at least we've established the
it's like
heart of the song.
It sets up the expectation incorrectly the way it currently is on this album version.
You know what? Now, I mean, we never want to go backwards. Obviously, we always want to work on new stuff. But now that we own our fucking masters, what I want to do is a mix of the record, which is how we do it in the studio, where we basically just highlight the 3 things we like. We should do that to every song and print that and put it on Spotify, because I really like, every time you go into the studio and you just turn down faders, you're like, oh, I like just hearing just the in Everything Must Go, just that synth and a vocal, or whatever.
Yeah. Lyrically, it was about, I mean, some of it's actually pretty blatant. It's like literally about money and obsession with money. You can read into it a little more deeply if you'd like to, but it was a bit where we were at in terms of career and dealing with the business side of things, and that felt wrongly prioritized. It's not that it should be ignored, it's just that it was wrongly prioritized, even subconsciously, and just an attempt to kind of get away from that.
Yeah.
I think the sort of 90s drum and bass feel to some of it is fun, and can definitely hear our influences there. When we used to play instrumental jazz stuff before Congo started, Johnny and I were at ASU studying jazz, and we would do long experimental drum and bass stuff. And I think we're basically 90s kids, and in the UK and in South Africa, drum and bass was so huge. It was so powerful and influential, and I don't think it was ever quite as strong here in America, but
right.
Because we were living in South Africa, that Johnny and I, that was our shit,